The City of Springboro and the Springboro Police Department are offering the third in a series on racial discussions. Hi, I'm Maureen Russell Hodson, and this is Springboro Here and There. We are here in Springboro Council Chambers, along with our police chief, Jeff Kruithoff.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
And you're going to be moderating this discussion.
Yes.
It's going to happen on Monday, October 4th.
7 o'clock p.m. at the Performing Arts Center, which is located down by Wright Station in the auditorium.
Right. And if you prefer, you can also watch it live on our Facebook page. Yes. So two opportunities to see this, because these have really been so successful and really opening up a whole new conversation for people.
Yes, that was kind of our goal when this started, was to have some good conversation in the community among people who maybe not would have these conversations otherwise. And so it has stimulated some interest. We're pretty excited about it.
But tell us about this one, because this deals with the criminal justice system and the court system.
Yes, this one is a little bit different. We've tried to approach the issue of racial discussions from a variety of different angles. Just a general conversation about race in the year 2021. And then secondly, from more of a law enforcement viewpoint, with some African American officers who've had a variety of experiences in the law enforcement field. This one is more global in terms of the criminal justice system, probably more focusing on the courts. We heard a lot of comments through the course of this dialogue that our country has been having about the systemic racism that exists in our court system or in our criminal justice system. So we have 5 just exceptional individuals coming to be on this panel discussion. One is David Fornshell, who is the Warren County prosecutor. And then we have the Honorable Jeff Kirby, who is a common pleas judge dealing in family court. So he deals a lot with family issues and divorce, and from that perspective. Then we have the Honorable Gerald Parker from Montgomery County Common Pleas Court. And Judge Parker deals more with a criminal docket or a civil docket. And then we have Mark Webb, who happens to be the Springboro City prosecutor, but he's a defense attorney, practices out of John Smith's office here in Springboro, and has practiced law for quite a long time. John Smith's law firm is pretty well known here in the community. And then Kent DePorter, who happens to be the magistrate, does a lot of traffic and misdemeanor issues in our mayor's court, but also practices as a private defense practice in Montgomery County. So we are hopefully able to then approach this subject from the perspective of a prosecutor to a defense attorney to a judge to I'm not sure where the discussion is going to go, but I'm pretty excited about it because I know all of these people personally, and they're very outspoken in terms of they won't let any elephants exist in the room. They're going to say what they feel, and I think that's going to be exciting.
And that's really been the pattern for the previous two. I mean, people are really open about their concerns, their questions on both sides, the panelist and the audience.
Sure. Yeah, and I haven't met with them as a group yet. That's going to come up in the next couple of weeks to actually form our discussions. But it is clear that there's a lot of criticism pointed at the criminal justice system, and whether that's a well-founded criticism or whether that's based on an individual's experience that's kind of being publicized. So I think these people are in a position to put a factual overlay on the discussion, which I think that's always important when we have these discussions, that we're coming from a position where we have a factual knowledge of what's going on. And then I think that's where the discussion can be fruitful. If we just continue to sit on each other's side of the room and yell at each other and scream at each other and don't confuse me with facts because I've already made up my mind, that's not really a profitable discussion.
And we go nowhere.
And we go nowhere.
For sure. Or in a big circle. Yeah. So again, this is on Monday, October 4th. It's at 7 o'clock at the Performing Arts Center, 115 Wright Station Way. But you can also watch it on our Facebook page live. And that'll be about an hour discussion,
We try to keep it to an hour and a half. And then the panelists generally stay around and will interact with the audience. We have not had the time in the previous panels to have time for questions from the audience, but all the panelists have been very gracious to stay around and talk individually with people in the audience if they have a specific question or a concern that we didn't get to during the general discussion.
Okay, and that's sometimes where the best discussions happen afterwards.
I think that's true, yes.
And there is limited seating at the Performing Arts Center, so we would encourage you to get there early because we will start promptly at 7 o'clock.
That's correct.
Okay, yes. And for more information, probably the best is to call the police department?
They can call the police department. They can check your Facebook page for information. But it's just open to anybody. It's not necessarily restricted to Springboro residents, but anybody who has an interest in their circle of influence in promoting dialogue that helps us get through these questions and concerns and issues that we have on race and bias.
And what is your hope for someone who attends that or someone who's watching it?
Well, I keep going back to a personal experience that I had that my wife and I have played cards and socialized with a couple for many years, but we never really had a conversation about race. And because of these speaker dialogues, we just were playing cards one night, we set the cards down, and we had a pretty long discussion about how each of us feel about some of these concerns and discussions that were going on around our country. And that's what we're hoping for, is that over the kitchen table and over the cup of coffee, that people will start having conversations among their friends and within their sphere of influence to maybe get us past some of these, just yelling at each other. And it's a little bit we can do. We're building on a tremendous heritage here in Springboro with our Quaker founding to hit these issues head on. And we're excited to do it.
Maybe change some minds, open some hearts.
Maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
That's what we can hope.
Well, thank you, because I know you are coordinating these, and I know that's not easy to get 2 people together, so to get 5 panelists is really something.
Particularly people like this that
Yeah.
have a tremendous calendar that they have to juggle around between trials and things like that. So, but we're, and of course during the summer it's really hard to do anything. So as we approach the fall, we were really glad to be able to arrive at a date where these 5 very distinguished, very knowledgeable gentlemen on law and on the criminal justice system, from prosecution to defense, to hopefully help the community engage in a nice dialogue about this.
No, we appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you there because you're going to be moderating
I
it,
hope
as
to
we
be
said.
moderating it, yes.
All right, again, it's on Monday, October 4th at the Performing Arts Center. For more information, you can always visit our website, ci.springboro.oh.us, or check our Facebook page out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.